So you know how I reported that GM lost $1.1 billion in profits? Well, guess what? Ford is also expecting to lose $2 billion in a year. $2 billion in a year just purely due to tariffs. Now we're seeing companies, this really is shaking them up, and you can see a list above on how much money they're losing on this. And then we have also seen that at one point they were giving Apple and other companies perfect exemptions for their products. So I can see, based on my own experience, based on what we're reading, that it is possible we will see more exemptions in the future. But you better believe that small businesses will be highly unlikely to get those same exemptions. So the big companies, they may get an exemption, as has been the case in the past, and as will likely be the case in the future, to keep these companies here, because some have talked about changing up their operations, and they're not talking about bringing more manufacturing in every case. In a lot of cases, they're talking about leaving the US market. So we're going to see what happens. I can tell you personally, I've been cut off from some of my favorite suppliers, the ones that I depended on for certain parts that will never be made in the US. So what I foresee into the future with this, with these billions of dollars for some companies being lost, they don't know if they can depend on the next administration to carry on these tariffs, so why would they build manufacturing in the US? Why would they? And it's only 3.5 more years of possibly tariffs. So why would they spend that much time building a factory that may not be needed after the next administration gets into power? So what's going to happen? Are we going to see major exemptions to some of these big donor companies, and then have the rest of the tariff costs just fall right on the backs of US consumers and small businesses? I don't know. What do you think? How do you think it's going to go? Do you think they're going to leave the US market, as one of my personal suppliers did, and won't come back at least till this tariff thing's over? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. How do you think it's going to go? Do you think we're going to be the ones paying the tariffs? Do you think you're going to be the one paying the tariff in order to give exemptions to these big companies in order to, cover those tax cuts for the top 1%? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.